throughout the Eparchy, the young people who were coming for the teen programs, the young adult programs, were asking questions among themselves about vocational discernment, about priesthood, diaconate, marriage. We recognized that there was a need to bring them together, to allow them to share prayerfully, to share openly, and to speak with others who had made these kinds of vocational choices. And out of that, Nathanael House was born.
You know that God's inviting you to something. And this community kind of allows you in a very kind of loving, very prayerful, very God-centered setting to be attentive and be attuned to your role, where God is leading you, and to find joy in that, to celebrate that.
I think the discernment community is not just to find out what is God calling you to do in your life, but how does your life fit into God's plan for the world?
We're made by God for a particular purpose, and what we're trying to do here is we're trying to figure out what that is so that we can go and live it out.
Vocation is a call from God, and it's a call from God to holiness, and that's common to all of us. So the question that we ask here is, how is God calling me to do that particularly? We have seminarians, we have celibate men, we have married men, we have priests, and together we make up this one community, and we ask God, how are you calling me? How are you calling us? How are you calling Nathanael House to really live out the vocation that you've entrusted to us? The experiences that we have here at Nathanael House on a daily basis vary from day to day. But the one constant is the fact that the day always begins with prayer, whether it's divine liturgy or the office. It's that fundamental rootedness in prayer, the beginning of really orienting myself toward God, that is the central focus of what we do here.
Having that time of serious prayer, serious reflection, and asking God, what am I doing here? I don't know where I would be. I don't know if I would be in the seminary if I didn't have that experience of being here.
By living together, by talking with one another, by just simply sharing stories, reflections on experiences, by kind of bumping up against one another, sometimes positively, sometimes in ways that challenge us to grow in patience, to grow in humility, to grow in sacrificing of ourselves, that it really becomes a training for the Christian vocation to holiness.
I like the phrase of St. Basil, if you live alone, whose feet will you wash? Because we are called to do what Jesus did. Gird ourselves with a towel and wash the feet of one another. So we have to put people in front of us to remind ourselves that we're not alone in this. There are others, icons and living icons.
If you're a man who's serious about your faith and wants to know how God is calling you to live that out today, this is the place for you to come. Because the world needs the witness of holy men who have embraced the will of God and who are willing to become those examples of His presence in the world.